My name is Clarice Nguyen. I'm a senior majoring in human biology with a concentration in cross-cultural medicine. Writing and communicating effectively is a huge part of the major that I'm in, just because, first of all, human biology is a very interdisciplinary major, and so there's a big emphasis on being able to communicate whatever it is that you're learning or whatever it is that you're finding or researching across different disciplines or like slightly different disciplines. So you'll want to reach people in like sociology or biology, anthropology, psychology, etc. And so I think it's very important to be able to know how to distill what you're learning and kind of communicate that in a way that is understandable by people from several different subject areas. Right now I'm actually working on an honors thesis research on pre-medical career interests and service learning, and so it's kind of bringing in two different kind of domains of like pre-medical education and then the service learning literature, and so figuring out a way to talk about this qualitative research that I'm doing that might not be understood by a lot of people in the quantitative world is one thing that I've definitely had to encounter. Power really set me up for a lot of my success in writing for a number of reasons. One, I think I realized how to use the library here because it can be kind of a confusing place, especially if you've never been to like a university library before. And so being able to access those resources and then also being able to know how to read the resources, like a lot of journal articles, papers, books. And I think it was really helpful during freshman year to have that sort of guidance. Another part was having someone there, my power instructor, who was really just cared about the writing and like the learning that was going on. And then having it in a small seminar setting was really nice for being able to workshop with other students. Having other people to bounce your ideas off of, I think really emphasizes that writing is really like an iterative process, and it really requires you to like give it to other people and have them kind of read your work and not be too scared of what they're gonna say or if they have like criticism to offer, because a lot of times like what they'll give back to you is really valuable in terms of, you know, these are things I wasn't really thinking about before, or this is a perspective I hadn't really seen before. And so I think having that type of environment where you're already kind of asking for peer review is really helpful, just because you're like, okay, so I'm getting used to getting feedback and to incorporating that type of feedback in my work. And then Power really emphasized just researching your own interests, and I think that's where I really found that I could like doing research papers. It was something that I was really interested in. I did my Power paper on pharmaceutical marketing of antidepressants, and so a lot of the work that I did on this, like, you know, these antidepressants, whether it's just like how they work or how they're marketed, and then the structures behind that are things that I, you know, continue to draw on, like in a lot of my other classes. And whenever I'm writing about pharmaceutical advertising, I'm like, oh, I remember because I did this research paper. So it's been really helpful, and I think that's something that I really value in retrospect. There's very much possibility that you can take what you've developed in Power and still continue to use some of those same skills or the same knowledge or content, even like during senior year. So I think that it's really just, you know, however much you want to put into it, and then really get to know your Power instructor, because I think a lot of them are really cool people. So I would definitely recommend that as well. And then I think lastly, realizing that all my peers have something really cool to offer and something really different to offer, it was really exciting, and it's kind of realizing that research brings out a lot of different areas that people are interested in. And I think that was also another really fun aspect of being able to collaborate with other people.